Behind the Counter is brought to you by Audible.com, the internet's leading provider of audiobooks with more than 100,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature. For a free audiobook of your choosing, go to audiblepodcast.com/Andrew. And by Stitcher Radio. Listen on the go via the Stitcher mobile app. For more information, go to stitcher.com/GFQ. All right. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Behind the Counter. I'm your host, Rich Stambolian. And with me, as always, is the man who killed Orville Redenbacher, Jonathan Adler.
Hey. Is he
and Fonzie impersonator number one. What's this?
Hey. The Fonzie did. Hey.
British Fonzie.
Hey.
You are dressed like Fonzie today.
I am.
There's a white t-shirt and blue jeans.
It's just too warm in here.
How's the tour, Springsteen?
It's good.
I like your haircut. John's got a mohawk this time around. Looks good.
Thank you.
Is this your first official?
The first time I got it right.
And I've been wearing it out for the past few weeks.
Yeah, which is unusual.
It's awesome. Good job.
A lot of older people look very threatened by it.
You have to walk around with a big scowl.
Yeah,
Still?
Like this day, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
It's a weird reaction. It's like some people just kind of like double take, which is weird. Like I just feel it's weird. It's just hair. But
it is just hair.
But people, like, I guess, like, you know,
I think when you start talking, like, the threat level drops.
I know, like, I guess.
Yeah.
But I normally, I guess, I look pretty mean when I'm walking around.
You should walk around with a boombox that just blasts nothing but Danzig, and like see the reactions.
Early Danzig.
I'll play Last Caress over and over again.
Let's go. Are you thinking about dyeing a little bit of your mohawk or no?
No chance.
Why not?
No. My mother's already having a nervous breakdown.
Because of the mohawk.
She's not handling this well.
Why?
She's not liking it.
Oh no.
No.
No, like she cried in front of me. Like,
oh, that's terrible,
God.
man.
I know.
Were you like, all right, I'll shave it, and then you were like, nah.
No, I just never.
Oh, let's go.
It was pretty much Last Caress, and that was it. I felt really bad, but
what does your pops think about it?
Doesn't care.
Yeah.
Not at all. Girlfriend loves it.
That's good. Yeah. Like a new you.
It's a new me. That's what she likes about it. It's like a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's like a new dude.
Have you met like her work friends with the mohawk?
No, not yet. I mean, everyone knows about it though.
You should tattoo something on the side of your head.
I know.
I
want to put lines in my eyebrow too.
Like Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Like who?
Bam Bam.
Like
like the
like
fire.
Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah.
I'll put a phoenix on the side of my head.
That'd be awesome. With the phoenix on the back and the wings wrapping around the other side of your head. And then maybe like a Charlie Manson.
I'm with it.
X on your forehead.
That's what I want to do. X.
Well, we've had this discussion before.
That's why I'm calling it an X. For those out there who are fans of Charles Manson, tuned into the right show.
The censors have okayed blackface apparently on the GFQ network, but not a swastika.
Have we done blackface yet?
I'm kidding. Nobody here has been doing blackface or Charlie Manson stuff. Who okayed blackface?
Do you remember that whole discussion?
No.
No? Okay.
I remember what Jonathan wanted to do.
Jonathan wanted to draw a swastika on his head.
And because he was Charles Manson.
And he's Jewish.
Not out of he didn't show up one day and
out
was
of
like,
anger.
Hey Andrew, what do you think about this?
No, I wanted to play the character properly.
New persona, swastika forehead me. Who did blackface? Was it Coco? Was it Kunal blackface? I think it would be funny.
Coco was in like black body.
Ugh. Are you sure he just didn't come straight from work? He does work in a tunnel all day.
He does. He does. He works at the mill.
He works at a soot-filled tunnel.
So
Coco, if you're listening.
Love you.
Yeah. Love you, brother. So, welcome to the show that,
Sewer dweller.
Like Daz Effects.
That's messed up.
Daz Effects and Ninja Turtles are from the sewer, so
sure.
Cool stuff.
Welcome to the show that talks about comic books and
blackface,
pop culture. works in a polite racism into at least the beginning of the show. It's not.
We sober up by the last half hour.
Yeah, that's well. Andrew's got to turn the gas on today.
Gas.
I turned on a little bit.
Have you paid your gas bill?
The gas bill.
The gas bill.
Have you paid your gas bill? We used to get phone calls at the what?
Back up a little.
Like this?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Back it up.
All right. text, like, do it in the chat room
Okay.
next time.
I actually caressed you.
We used to work at the same office, and there was like an Indian guy who'd call, and he would say, "Have you paid your gas bill?" But he couldn't pay. He couldn't say gas, so he would say,
Gas.
"Have you paid your jazz bill?" And we're like, "The jazz bill? Like, what are you talking about?"
Yesterday, I was gonna send it to you. I saw a commercial on television. You know, like with those commercials where it's a law firm. They're saying like, "Oh, did you take medicine that makes your bones very soft? Like you may have a case with us."
Like a form of mesothelioma.
Yeah. So there's one where they just rounded off a bunch of diseases I've never heard of before, and one of them was Yaz. Like, you suffer from Yaz? And I was like, oh my god,
It's a birth control.
Yaz?
Yeah, and people got blood clots and they died.
What's the Yaz?
The jazz bill.
It's birth control pills.
But what type? It's just regular pills. Not
Yes,
Okay.
Yasmin.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yasmin?
I think it's Yaz.
I don't think it's Yasmin.
No, maybe I
I
made
think you
that
guys
up.
are.
Yasmin.
I think you guys are both trying to one up each other with like how far you can make stuff up and have each other believe it.
It's Yasmin. It's Yasmin.
I know, bro.
Yeah.
I know.
Uh-huh.
So Iron Man 3 is coming out tomorrow.
What?
The movie, which looks incredible. Apparently, this is the greatest one of the trilogy.
It's the greatest movie of all time. Stop messing with my headphones.
Which you know what? I like it because I love the first one, but when I saw the second one, I was like, man, that first one ain't that great. And I feel like,
I'm the only one in the world that doesn't have the problem with the second one as other people do.
what do you
Second
mean?
one was not great.
Like, I love the second one.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. So like, it makes me think like the first one's like not that good.
First
Same
was
thing with like
awesome.
X-Men 2. Like I'll watch X-Men 1 and be like, this isn't that good. But I feel like Iron Man 3 is gonna blow everything. I think Iron Man 3 may be better than the Avengers. From like what it's getting back.
Well,
I just want to say, I did not think the Avengers was great.
You're
you need to
crazy.
be quiet.
I'm
You need
sorry.
to be quiet.
It was not
You
great.
watch the full extent of your entertainment is pro wrestling, reality television shows about women that live in Long Island,
Yes.
and things about firemen. So you're done.
But things about firemen.
I like Shameless.
You like
Believe that.
Shameless. Guess you can relate to Shameless.
I
You
can.
have no responsibilities and you love to drink.
I'm the father. I thought I was Fiona. I am the father.
No, you're definitely the father.
My wife is Fiona.
Avengers is amazing.
Yeah, Avengers is really good, man.
That's
did you
a-
watch it?
I did.
Did you watch it like
I
in
did.
the theater or like?
No, I watched it on
Wikipedia.
TV.
You watched it on
read it.
Wikipedia.
I you know what it
The
was?
plot synopsis on
I-
on Wikipedia. Wasn't
It was okay.
In your opinion,
In
Avengers is
my
okay.
opinion, the Avengers was okay.
Okay.
I was not.
All
I
right.
do not consider it the best. Okay, Dark Knight much
Uh-huh.
better.
Okay. I don't think you can fairly compare
I'm
those two
comparing
movies.
superhero movies.
I don't think you can't really like.
You don't think? Okay, so let's compare Spider-Man.
Why do you say it like that?
I like to make him a Jewish guy from
Spiderman.
Long Island.
Just say
Like
Spiderman.
American, like Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man compared to the
No.
Avengers.
I'm going back to like the old one.
Those are garbage.
Like the
Sam Raimi
first and
one.
second one were great.
They're awful.
Okay. Have you seen them recently?
No, I have not.
They
Watch-
don't really hold up.
No,
Really?
they don't
Yeah.
hold up. They're awful. They're completely piece of garbage.
Captain America was good.
Amazing.
I think that's going to suffer from one of the ones that doesn't hold up in a few years.
You'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Did you have a hand in that?
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Uh,
Adding more scenes into it.
I think Iron Man 3 is going to be awesome. I really hope he sticks around, unless, like we were talking about before, they decide to, like, Marvel decides to turn the Iron Man into the American James Bond franchise, which makes a lot of sense.
Well, I know. I think what's going on with Robert Downey Jr. is I think he is a little burnt out on like the big league stuff.
Yeah.
I think he does want to go back to like some regular acting chops.
That guy's not going to make like an art house movie.
I know that's what most of
I
his
think
career.
that's what he wants to do.
He was great in Two Girls and a Guy. He
Yeah,
was
you know what?
amazing.
That guy loves a lot of money, and
He's got so much money.
he wants more. He strikes me as a guy who just wants all the money.
Do you think he's become the character?
Yes.
I think so.
Not,
was a-
not
there
as benevolent.
Yeah. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I think he is reached that level of ego that's kind of deserving.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew's gonna play Tony Stark in the next film.
I know
Oh,
we got that's one of my favorite clips. If we ever had a clip show, that would be one of my favorite clips from the show. You putting the glasses on and pretending
With the black rim glasses as Tony Stark. I don't get it.
the East Village.
You're better off putting on the 3D glasses.
The East Village 1958 like beat poet Tony
Yeah.
Stark.
I'm Tony Stark.
Like you start, like Kickstarter that gave you armor.
I made my armor with tin cans. I take a tin can, I put it on my hands.
It's it's like he's like the ethnic Woody Allen of Tony Stark's.
Like if like the Palestinians started making remakes of the old like Manhattan movies, a bunch of Woody Allen stories. Like this is our Woody Allen.
It has like it would be like
I I used to take care of the pool in the summertime. I was very bad at my job because I wouldn't get any tips because they kept on drowning.
And they kidnapped me at one point. And I had
Put
to
me
make
in a cave.
I had to make a suit of armor out of soup cans.
Saltines. Saltines and tuna cans.
I put a light bulb on my chest.
If you ever get kidnapped by Palestinians and are forced to make an Iron Man movie, just you already have you already know what to do. You know?
Glasses on.
Do those? Can you even see out of those?
Yeah.
Are those prescription?
No.
Like, how could you see that? Are they fake or what?
That they're fake glasses.
Whose are they?
No idea. I found them at my house one day.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know what you should do? You should bust those out next time you do the free for all.
Yeah.
You should wear them and then at one point like do one of these and be like, "That's interesting, Coco."
You should just knock out the lenses and just put in like those drawn in eyes. Really
like the swirl eyes.
No. You know, like when they had the swirl eyes.
The ones that you ordered in the back of the comic.
And they had like the creepy, like hand drawn, like eyelids and eyes.
Yeah. I think that'd be perfect.
This is such a great bit that you should really I mean, you have enough clout as you're the king of all new media.
Yeah.
You could write Marvel a letter and say put me in your movie. Put me in your movie.
I'm your new star.
I'm your new stock.
I'm him. Move over, Chris Hemsworth.
I want there to be a barely middle class Tony Stark character. I could play that guy.
Okay.
He's taking parts from his old Camaro to build it.
He's trying to get cable.
Yeah.
He's just trying to work on illegal cables.
Illegal cable on the roof.
Radio Shack never really has what you're looking for.
I got all these drones though.
That is true. Andrew does have a lot of drones. The king of drones.
The king of new drones.
Iron Man 3, man. It's going to be good.
It's going to be very good.
I think it's going to be great. What's our next hero movie after that? You're getting...
Cap? No, Thor.
No, I mean this year. I think we're getting...
Wolverine?
We're getting Wolverine this year, too, which looks actually really good.
I hope so,
But again, that first movie, when he flew on the trailer, we flew into the helicopter.
He did that skid.
Skid
on the motorcycle.
I thought that movie was going to be the Citizen Kane of superhero movies, but it wasn't.
This looks pretty...
Why did that movie fail?
It was the Danity Kane of superhero movies.
There was no...
just everything.
There was no redeeming value to that
and didn't stay true to the story either.
Shriver.
Except Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber was the best part about that movie. That movie sucked, dude. That was and I saw that. I don't mind going to the movies by myself. I feel like you go to the movies by yourself. It's fun. I'll do it. I don't know if do you go to the movies by yourself or no?
No.
Okay.
Just leave the house.
Do you have a weird thing?
I don't go to the
about it?
movies.
Really?
No.
Too dirty.
You just don't?
Feces all over the seats.
Why?
No.
Do you wish that...
No, there were feces all over the seats.
Do you wish that Bar Rescue turned everything into a clean
Yes. I got the screeners.
Okay.
I got them sent over.
That's cool. From Hollywood?
Yeah.
You gonna watch Iron Man tonight?
I don't have Iron Man yet.
So, the old Wolverine movie was terrible. I remember watching it, sitting there by myself, and just being like, "This is friggin'
it was so disappointing."
Awful. And honestly, seeing Will.i.am's face on the big screen, just
I think that was the moment I knew that there was something wrong with this. When they cast him as Wraith,
and they cast. I think Ryan Reynolds was a poor casting as Deadpool too.
I don't understand his fixation with that character.
Deadpool?
Yeah, because they are making another Deadpool movie with him in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I would rather see somebody else as Deadpool.
Yes. John Leguizamo.
Yes. Yeah. That'd be great. His face is almost as messed up looking. And Bradley Cooper, Deadpool.
Bradley Cooper, everything.
Bradley Cooper, everything, yeah.
You know, he's supposed to play the Crow.
Really?
Yeah, before
before
Loki got the job, it was supposed to be Bradley Cooper, which was the Crow. I can't put my finger on it.
The Crow?
The Crow.
Yeah, they're doing another one.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Like a
You'd
total
always go
reboot
back to
of
the Crow.
Let me ask, did you think The Crow was a great movie?
Yes.
I love the first one.
Even if he had never died.
Yes, that movie rocks. I just watched it the other day, and the movie is completely incredible soundtrack. It looked amazing.
Incredible soundtrack. Yeah.
It was just some of the best bad guys since RoboCop.
Sting was amazing in that movie.
Right? The best crew of bad dudes that you hated them, rapist, drug dealing stomachs.
Who played the Crow in the second movie?
Spanish dude.
Spanish dude. We're just talking about this.
What?
You're talking about the legacy of Crow.
Can anybody tell us who played the Crow in the second movie?
Awful. I know Edward Furlong played the third one, right?
Yeah. I actually watched that, and I think that was with Kirsten Dunst too.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
Better than the second one.
Yeah, better than the second one.
How is it that nobody? I mean, I'm sure people say that, but Sting is the Crow, right?
Yeah, I mean, nobody said it, but
but to a T, he actually
gets reborn.
How are they not sued?
Because they never said it directly. Yeah, well, that's that's like when they have Rey Mysterio show up in Spider-Man costume.
Vincent Perez played the Crow.
The Crow
in number 2.
He was in something else. I can't put my face
Yeah,
on,
he was in like an couple indie flicks, I think. But
anyway,
yeah, I really like the first Crow movie. It's a really good movie. It was perfect for the time that
and
it came out.
The comic was awesome.
Comic was awesome. But you know what? Like, you can do something really cool with it now. I feel like, but it's not gonna have the same feel.
Do a different story than the first one.
Yeah.
Do go into like, I don't know, Wild West Crow.
That would be awesome.
Or like Victorian era Crow.
That would also be awesome.
It made a lot of money too, by the way. The Crow came out in '94, made $144 million worldwide.
Yeah. Right on. Because it had so much hype behind it because of his death.
Yeah.
And it looked, even before it was done, people were like amped up.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It looked awesome.
Yeah.
There was nothing out like that.
Yeah. You wanted to see like a goth guy go crazy and like kill a bunch of bad guys.
You know what's going to happen? The new one's going to be like a Hot Topic commercial.
Yeah.
It's going to be like weirdly like emo. Like he's going to have like a strip of purple coming out.
Hey.
It's going to be a scene kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jinko jeans.
Or I would go for like I'm waiting for Jinko jeans to come back.
Really?
I love wide leg jeans.
God.
I used to rock wide leg jeans like nobody's business.
Disgusting.
Yeah. You never rocked wide leg jeans?
I hate them.
Really?
I bought one pair and I said, this is a mistake.
Why?
Because they're terrible looking.
Ugh, I love those.
It's like you're wearing a dress.
The wider the jean, the cooler you are.
Just wear shorts, dude. You're fine with shorts. You're doing great with shorts.
Oh, I know I'm fine with shorts now.
Don't create the illusion. Don't create the illusion. Don't create the illusion of shorts. Just wear shorts.
Big comic book news this week too. AOL shut down comics among other websites. AOL shut down comicsalliance.com.
Yeah, you want more reasons to hate AOL? They closed down the best comic book website out there.
Boom, like overnight, like gone. And
their last article was like an unceremoniously thing about Arkham Origins, the new video game.
Yeah, it was just you kind of read the writing on the wall a little bit because like they weren't posting frequently, and then like they just stopped.
A lot of specialty articles were going out the window. Yeah. They were saving a lot of stuff for their podcast.
I was reading that Chris Sims was getting a lot of hate mail from people who were like, I'm glad you lost your job.
Why?
Yeah, because people hate people, especially if you talk about comic books and nobody agrees with you, you become a hated topic of discussion.
Well, listen, Chris Sims is a very opinionated dude.
Right.
He's a smartest guy out there when it comes to like Batman opinion.
Yeah.
One of the best. And every one of his points when they asked him, like when they had the Ask Chris column, and they had like, oh, how come you hate Howard the Duck? And he'd do a really like in-depth, ad on why he hated Howard the Duck. Yeah. But I did remember that he did recently a big thing on why Jim Lee's era of X-Men suck.
Okay.
And it was awesome. And it was like he really, pulled the point. Yeah. And then someone else on the site actually did a rebuttal against it. It still sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. But like
rock.
I really enjoy like his stuff, but if you're anywhere, like if you've broken that weird boundary of like the comic book media where people actually like read your stuff and like see your articles and you're on a big website, like you would need a thick skin or just not to read the comments because every other one is like I'm gonna kill your kids. I hate your face. I think you're stupid.
Send him to the moon.
Like I want to be the demon that explodes through your chest and murders your family.
People are worthless.
I don't know about worthless, but people are crazy.
People who fixate themselves on the comment section, and it's usually the same people.
Yeah,
just drilling away at getting some type of reaction is a really empty existence. Like enjoy the product or don't enjoy the product.
Yeah. Well, that's what That's what we have. This is what we have to deal with now because like, do you think like you had a letters column?
That was a discourse that you had
years ago. Like you had to put pen to paper, and then it wouldn't get like now with the comment section, you hit submit, and then it gets put on there for everybody to see.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the weird thing is that there's not any site that you can go to on the internet at this point that does not have some type of comment section attached to it. They do information is point you want to be able to comment on for whatever reason.
Right.
I don't ever feel inclined to do it. I'm a huge follower of Reddit, which is built on comments.
Yeah.
I very seldom feel a need to add myself to the conversation.
Don't do it. You can't. You won't win.
It's nauseating. And once you're in there, that's it.
Even if you're reasonable and have like a reasonable opinion, your opinion will get
What's wrong with my opinion?
Yeah, your opinion does not matter. Also, can you stop spraying chemicals?
It doesn't smell in here.
Is that bug spray? Is that Raid?
He thinks it smells in here.
I don't smell anything. It smells like cologne now.
Yeah.
But do you think like back in the day, like let's say with like Amazing Spider-Man, do you think Stan Lee and Ditko we're opening letters and they're like, this guy thinks I'm worthless. Let's burn this one.
No.
Let's burn this Ditko. And they'll throw it into a trash can and like burn it with a cool cigar from like 1962.
There's a trash can right in the middle of their tiny little bullpen.
A metal trash can that they could just burn stuff in, which is apparently what people did back in the day.
I mean, amazing.
And I feel like that was it. Like, oh, like some chump in Minneapolis thinks Spider-Man's stupid.
Minneapolis people don't know how to read.
Let's burn this letter. Now it's like you have to you have to deal with it, and you, for the most part, have to address things. Otherwise, you'll get that reputation of like, oh, he doesn't even talk to his fans.
Yeah, I know. That's the other side. Where if you don't have a Twitter account, that you're interacting with them every other day,
right?
Then you do not give a crap.
Like, why isn't this guy talking to me right now? I totally blasted him on like that one issue of this comic that came out.
No, who gets it really bad? Because he adds to it a great deal. Steve Wacker.
Oh yeah,
that dude like asked for it. He is like the heel of wrestling, and the dude does an incredible job of balancing his personality with everything.
Yeah,
and plus everything this guy's worked on has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
This guy went for 52 and now had developed the entire Spider-Man reign. But that dude takes a lot of heat.
He does take a lot of heat. It's ridiculous. I feel like a lot of guys take unnecessary heat.
He also comments on Bleeding Cool, which is the hardest one to get through.
Oh my god, yeah. A lot of guys take a lot of heat. I also feel like it kind of gets the creators sometimes because like you'll see, I'm not gonna name names, but you'll see rants from creators who, like, I kind of feel bad because they're like,
Eric Larson.
There's like, we put so much time and effort into this product for you to be happy, and this is my livelihood, and this is entertainment. Like, why are you telling me to roll this up and stick it in my ass?
Speaking of which, did you read the thing with Len Wein the other day?
No, I missed it.
You know how he did the Crimson Corsair thing for Before Watchmen?
Yes.
And which like no one really cared about, and then
it's supposed to be like a DC, like an allegory about DC.
I still think that.
Yeah.
And then someone took over. He left the project, and he was also supposed to do the Before Watchmen epilogue,
right,
which is not going to be released at all. So he did an interview and he says, like, you know, basically DC was telling me what to do about this storyline, and I was like, this is my creation. I have my own say, and no one else does. Meanwhile, he's working on the Before Watchmen thing, which is no one has any business really playing with.
Yeah.
That's that angry like weirdness that creeps into like the privileged creator at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I think it happens a lot. Like also depending on like what your stature is, because like ideally like we're fans, you know, at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Would I love to see more of like my personal fan favorites on like bigger books? Absolutely. But it's a money game, you know, like you want the guy who cranks out work who you can meet your numbers at. You know?
That's why Marvel does so well and Image does so well, because they cater to those guys who have those buzz behind their names, can deliver and do deliver, and they give them all the books. Yeah,
I mean, Marvel is a great example because like having Bendis on X-Men books is like, I never thought this would happen. Whoa, you know, like, and I'm like over 30 and like saying whoa to a creator shift onto like a team of characters that I really enjoy. Like all new X-Men is awesome.
Look at Jason Aaron. I would never expect this guy to write a really heartfelt X-Men story.
Oh, absolutely. And also like I would have never expected him to write an amazing Thor story like in God of Thunder.
Yeah. This was a guy who I always thought was gonna be writing like really gritty crime.
Right. Or like kind of interesting
off-kilter stories,
kind of stuff, you know, maybe like another Azzarello type deal, but like his stuff on mainstream books is phenomenal.
What's the same thing with Azzarello? Like, Azzarello's a guy who I never really thought can handle a superhero book, and he writes an incredible superhero book.
Yeah,
between this and didn't he do Dr. 13 also?
Wonder Woman, Dr. 13.
The Dr. 13 stuff is, you never, like when I first read that, I never thought that'd be a story that he would be able to produce.
And I loved Azzarello's run on Batman.
Yeah, me, you, and Bobby are the three people who enjoyed that.
I feel like it's overshadowed by his not so great run on Superman.
Well, yeah, the Superman thing that's garbage. That you could tell was Jim Lee as opposed to Azzarello's input. The thing about the Batman thing is it came out the wrong time. It was smack dab in the middle of Hush and Red Hood.
It was right out. Yeah, it was right after Hush.
Yeah, and like I think the Red Hood thing happened right before it.
Yeah.
And they just wanted more of that as opposed to a really like gritty, weird Killer Croc storyline.
Yeah, which it was. It was like an awesome crime story, and like him and Rizzo did such a great job with it. And you went from, and like that was like a weird time in Batman where like it's not really talked about. Where you went from like that Hush storyline, which I never was like the biggest fan of. I always kind of thought it was just like it went in too many circles for no good reason, and like, okay, cool, you know, like
it was them trying to recreate the thunder of Long Halloween,
right?
By doing a really high caliber, we're going to use the entire Rogues Gallery to create some, you know, larger mystery, which doesn't go anywhere.
Right, and then but out of that, you did get some really cool stories with Hush after that.
Well, the Riddler thing is the best thing about it.
Right. Yeah.
You know, the Riddler knowing his identity was the best element. Which quickly dropped.
And from there, you went on to the Matt Wagner Batman stuff.
That was good, man. That was really, really
good. And then you had Eduardo Reeves and Brian Azzarello, and then you also had the Dustin Nguyen, the Scarecrow stuff with like the Mega Scarecrow.
Yeah.
And that was such a great time for Batman. And that went on for like a good couple of years. And then there was like an interim point, and I think it was like Grant Morrison took over after.
Yeah, the Nguyen stuff was so tight.
Yeah,
like, that dude was one of my favorite artists on Batman for a very long period of time.
Yeah. And like those stories were really good. And now, like we're lucky that we had like Batman has been such a big franchise player for so long now, and we have Scott Snyder doing like Batman's just been getting bigger and better for the past few years. And Batman Incorporated is excellent, and also Batman and Robin is like, you have 3 excellent Bat books, and you're saying that you're a big fan of Detective now.
Detective is incredible because Layman's writing it. Right. You have Layman doing, I forgot who the art team is. And it's a bigger book. It has a backup feature always.
Okay.
They've been doing a great storyline with what's that guy's name? Emperor Penguin. O'Gively, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
That, and also ever since what's his name stepped down, Finch.
Yeah. David Finch.
David Finch.
Yeah.
He was drawing Dark Knight.
Yeah.
He was writing it also. Once he stepped down from the writer, and they gave the art book to Ethan Van Sciver, and they had Greg Hurwitz writing it. It is an incredible book.
Yeah,
absolutely. So the Batman, that like the core Batman titles, Dark Knight Detective, Batman, Batman Robin, Batman Inc. They're very, very tight.
Yeah, and like you can't say that about the Superman books.
No, I don't even go near him anymore.
Yeah.
Once Morrison left, I have no reason to read two Scott Lobdell Superman books.
Yeah,
no way.
Yeah, we talked about that on the last show. But I mean, like back to the whole thing with the Comics Alliance going down.
So upsetting.
I really hope that another site takes its place.
Well, they're all getting headhunted.
Yeah.
Like every single one of them are going to be going towards some type of other job.
The best part about that website is that it was a good site for the fans that was owned by a big corporation.
I had no idea it was owned by AOL until this actually went down.
Well, I mean, like it wasn't run like, it looked like a mom and pop website.
Yep.
But it wasn't run like a mom and pop website.
Yeah.
Like it was very on point most of the time. And I think if they're passionate, if that staff is passionate about it, that they could definitely do something incredible. Start a WordPress, like a free, like a Tumblr.
Yeah. You have so many options now, you know, and you can fold those, like how Comic Book Resources has like the Robot 6 thing underneath it.
Yeah.
You could do another thing like that and have like an off-kilter, column for them, every day or whatever.
Comic Book Resources is like the New York Times of comics.
They have a lot of content.
Man. Yeah, it's a lot of well-written, thick content.
Yeah, well, I mean, the weekend's populated by the urban legend stuff, and like that stuff is really good, lengthy reads, for like a Sunday edition for Comic Book Resources.
You know what's really funny is that how comic websites and like like your Superficial or your Geekology, like you don't get weekend posts. I would think that like
hell no,
these guys don't do anything on the weekends. Like nothing happens on the weekend.
They take time off. It's a weird, quiet thing where the internet kind of shuts down.
Yeah,
and it's not like user created.
Yeah. It's such an interesting like dynamic because like on the comic websites you go to Newsarama and it's like, I want to. What happened on Saturday? Like
Bleeding Cool is the only one that really does create some degree of content because of the movie news, and you have more conventions happening now. They do like deliver some type of news, and also very small.
And also, Rich Johnson isn't the most beloved dude.
Not even close.
Like a lot of people hate him.
Oh, he's hated. He's greatly hated. Which still come for the news.
But it's a funny thing to hate that guy because like he's like a comic book paparazzo.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah. Well, when he had his column on Comic Book Resources, with the Lying in the Gutter stuff, it was like there was no one else doing like a muckraking, like purely digging
like,
for
what's
dirt.
gonna happen?
Yeah, like what's this guy saying about this guy, and actually revealing like big storylines beforehand.
Yeah.
And now he's run by Avatar.
I think that's the major thing with him is that like he'll throw that, like he's been right about so much crap. That he's posted like, oh, there's a rumor about this, and then like he'll follow it up.
Oh yeah,
months later and be like, I was right. Like we posted first, and like whatever. It's kind of, it's weird that they crossed that line into like, this is a bunch of hooey, and then you kind of remember what articles or like little news bits were, and it's in the back of your mind when a big story gets revealed, and it's the exact story, or the exact reveal, or like the casting, or like who's doing this or who's doing that. I forgot what it was. I think they broke a casting like months and months ago, and now it's just like this got revealed as like this person got revealed as playing so and so, and I was like, oh, like Bleeding Cool said that, like a year ago, you know.
He knows he's on top of his game.
He's on the ground floor with a lot of stuff.
The time with the amount of time that they spend on wrong rumors is very rare.
Right.
You know, he has more hits than misses.
I think today, well, like the confirmation of like Zoe Saldana definitely going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, but like everybody knew that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that movie.
Am I ever?
Yeah. It's gonna be good. We've been talking about the comic book movies. It's like summertime. It's like blockbuster season.
I know they also announced Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and Avengers. But your idea is very good.
My idea of having a Michael Fassbender play Quicksilver.
Yes.
That would be phenomenal.
Well, because now it's a quick grab to try and figure out which guys are going to be in which movies. So Marvel, who pumps out more films, can put out more stuff. There's a rumor also they're casting Allison Williams from Girls as Sue Storm.
Which one's that?
Brian Williams' daughter, the Marnie.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. And Black Giant Storm.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Well, I'm saying if they do Black Giant Storm, they're probably not going to have a black Sue Storm.
They're not going to
be white Sue Storm.
They're not going to be brother and sister.
They will be.
Well, you didn't get a white Sue Storm in the other Fantastic Four movie.
And the Latino girl.
Who's I read somebody had a comment which was good. It was you can't have a black thing. Why? Because he's covered in. It doesn't matter because he's covered in orange rocks. But this week we also had this week was a weird week of comics. It was kind of like a small week, but you also had Age of Ultron come out with it's an increasingly strange story where it started on one end where Ultron takes over the world, and now it's turned into Wolverine screwing everything up.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's good in the sense that they kind of sold it on the idea of the Ultron thing, and that's just kind of a catalyst for what's happening now with like the weird time travel stuff, which is always fun to read. It's like reading like a weird, like seeing other versions of superheroes are always a great delight to all of us, regardless of how many times we see it. So in this issue, we have the results of Wolverine killing Hank Pym in the past before everything goes down. So the Kree-Skrull War went to hell.
Yeah. And you have Tony Stark being like this leader of like the world. The world. Yeah. Who's
with like the Stark Watch or whatever. And then you had Captain America got a promotion and looks like Nick Fury. Cyclops is Cable with a robot arm. Jav Van Dyne is now Captain Marvel. Like a lot of cool little touches they had in
Captain America's got that one eye.
Yeah, it's the Nick Fury type.
And I love that Cyclops thing. He looks so brutal.
He looked awesome. Yeah, he did look awesome.
And then
the Defenders, which was really cool.
That's also pretty. And then the thing we were talking about before about how it's Wolverine, it's actual Wolverine versus actual Wolverine, and like the brown costume versus.
It's always good to see the brown costume.
And he was like, "Oh, it's definitely me. How'd you get here, me?" And he's like, "Oh, you wouldn't believe it if I told you, man."
Snake bub.
And they're fighting and they're tussling, and he's like, "Oh, you smell terrible. I know. Just wait for it." And then he like our Wolverine messes up alternate Wolverine, and gives him like a bit of a talking to, saying like, "If you find love, stick with it, and you'll always have love in your heart."
And be a good teacher. And eat your vitamins.
And alternate Wolverine is like, "Where'd that come from?"
Where'd it come from? Bleeding. I'm bleeding badly.
So now you're having like it's a weird it's like a burned up Hulk, a really messed up thing. Apparently the FF hasn't been around for a while. When we have 3 issues left.
Oh wow, really? Yeah, that's right.
It's 10 issues. You have 3 issues left, like major issues.
Well, the next
Angela's going to show up in the last.
Angela's going to show up. Wolverine's healing factor is going to get messed up, and Galactus.
Right.
Galactus is going to be because they're not only do we have to look forward to the 10th issue. There's also this 10. It's called Age of Ultron 10 UC, which is a big secret book, and the only ad they have for it is the space with purple lettering hunger.
See, I kind of feel like the Angela thing is a red herring for
Marvel Man.
Marvel Man, like a.
But they say on record. But I mean, they can lie to us. But
they can. There's no law against that.
I know. I'm more. I know there is nothing I can really hold them against. I really am more excited about Game at Comic-Con Guardians.
Yeah.
I mean that's exciting.
It's Neil Gaiman writing anything mainstream has always been exciting.
It's so much fun.
And I love 1602 when 1602 came out. It was so good
because we didn't know what we were in for.
Yeah,
and it was just a lot of fun. And like that's another one where you get alternate reality characters, and it works so well in that context.
I got suckered with the Captain America reveal in 1602.
We all did.
Because what was his what was the character's name?
Rojas,
right? Yeah. And it was supposed to be it's Rogers. And like I remember with the reveal, I was like, oh, I'm such an idiot. Why is this big white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired Native American?
Yeah. No, well, you know that he's Captain America for the story, but you didn't know that this is like regular, reality Captain America posing as a big, gigantic Indian.
Right.
Yeah.
And like Cap gets thrown through a lot of stuff. I know we didn't have the show last week, but that last issue Captain America,
isn't that amazing?
It's such a Remender did such a great job of we cannot give that guy enough props, but that dude did such a great job with your mainstream superheroes.
When they were, because we've been reading Captain America for so long, under Brubaker's regime, where
espionage,
Cold War stuff, Nazis, very serious. And when Remender's coming, he's like, you know what, we're going to do some stuff with his very early past, before he has powers,
right?
And then we're going to do a lot of crazy sci-fi stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm along for the ride. The first couple of issues were pretty good. And it's once they cross the boundary of like making this guy a father, and putting Zola directly into the story with the daughter and everything. The last issue had so many great payoffs, like him blowing away the Jet Black, the daughter,
so
and like the son being taken over, and like Zola looks awesome.
Yeah, Zola looks incredible.
Like in the stained glass thing they had was awesome.
So I think the reveal is going to be that Cap is just like living in a coma the entire time, like it's a dream.
It's a cop out, but it'd be awesome too.
I think that's
because it really
mess
him up.
Yeah, like Zola messed with him, and it was like a half an hour, but Zola made it feel like he actually raised this kid, like just to really mess with Cap.
I think the kid's gonna have something to do with because they said when this story is over, there's gonna be a big like Captain America moment.
Yeah,
and I don't know, maybe we're gonna get a new Captain America again with this kid.
No.
With Orm Zola kid.
I don't think so.
Or Zola Cap. Zola Cap is pretty amazing.
Zola Cap is pretty amazing, but like I think that's going to be the reveal. Like it's taking place in Cap's head basically, and they're trying to like break him out of it. You're going to see like what's her name standing above him,
menstrually.
I forget. I always forgetting it. Sharon Carter, like Cap's hot girlfriend, and like his black best friend, the Falcon.
Yeah, the Falcon.
It's such a great like 70s. Kind of
dynamic,
team, which was like the 70s dynamic.
The spy and the street guy,
and like the hot babe wearing the cat suit, and
then like Nick Fury in the background smoking cigars.
Hey. You could give voice to if you had to recast Nick Fury, who would you make it?
What's his name?
David Hasselhoff.
No, what's his name? In a weird way, Sam Elliott.
Okay,
so I just want to see him wear an eye patch and just like look at people very disappointingly.
Okay.
Who else? Who's the guy that's the bad guy in the Bourne Identities? What's his name?
The guy who just got cast as Osborn?
Yes, yeah. I think he'd be like a weirdo older Nick Fury. Really?
No, I'm not with that.
I love him.
But it's a good he's great. I think he's great casting for
Osborn.
Osborn.
Osborn's great.
But I do love my Defoe Osborn. I think Defoe Osborn is so over the top.
No, I did like I think he's one of the few redeeming qualities of those awful movies.
Yeah, but I want to. If I ever met Sam Raimi, I would say like,
what's wrong with you?
I like honestly, like I'm sure you got this question a million times. Why would you cover up one of the most like hideous looking faces on Earth with like a stupid mask?
Yeah,
why not just paint him green and have him be the Green Goblin?
He can pull it off.
Yeah. Give him like a little CGI, like the yellow yellow contacts.
Yeah, he's our Klaus Kinski. He's like our modern day Klaus Kinski, where you could actually get a ridiculous performance of a guy looking like a green demon riding around on a glider. Believe that. And how would you place Martin Lawrence into the Marvel Universe movies? Electro. I give him I give him the role that
you give him the Jamie Foxx role.
Oh hell yeah! No,
that doesn't bother me at all.
I already said what my Martin Lawrence was going to be.
Fire Lord,
the Rhino.
They Bleeding Cool actually broke that.
I saw the weirdo.
And it's really scary looking because it's clearly Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
But I wish I had a picture. It's him in a tracksuit covered in Russian tattoos and like a gold chain, and like he has like a crown of thorns tattoo over like a bald head, no eyebrows.
I think there's more to that picture than what we know. Because number one, that guy is not Paul Giamatti. It's a guy wearing a Paul Giamatti stunt mask, like a la Drive.
Okay.
And I think the line here is is like the dude's supposed to be like, you know, all like CGI, and they just have they're just gonna take that face on,
yeah,
and put it in the middle of the Rhino mask.
Okay.
I want them to do like such old school Rhino. Like I don't want this dude in a big like armored suit. I want that dude to be in like Rhino skin,
just like a guy in Rhino skin.
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
Like a serial killer.
I really want to see where this movie goes. Like, I like casting for comic movies really doesn't bother me.
Doesn't Jamie Foxx look nuts in this movie?
He looks completely bananas as Electro, because they had like the stills of him
as
wearing the lab coat, and then the stills of him in the hoodie.
It looks like scenes from Nutty Professor with when he's in normal street clothes, but then they have him in like the light up face and everything. And he looks awesome.
He looks like a really messed up Sonic the Hedgehog. He's like very like spiny. He looks like a porcupine. You know?
Frankenstein.
Were you bothered by the casting of Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin?
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just why?
I want.
Tell me why.
I know why. I really had a vision of a big fat white guy, and there's so many big fat white guys out of work right now that why give it to the gigantic Gorilla Man?
I'll give you 3 because Daredevil could be worked into the Avengers at this point.
Yes, because Marvel did pick it up now, which is fantastic.
Right, which is completely phenomenal. Like I used to like that Daredevil movie. Like that's one that really doesn't hold up at all.
I'd rather take the Hulk Daredevil appearance than anything.
Yeah. In the movie.
Yeah.
The TV movies. But you have Will Sasso.
Oh God.
Chiklis.
No.
Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
That's
my Kingpin right there.
What's his name? I always forget.
James
Gandolfini. Gandolfini is Kingpin.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take that in a heartbeat.
You don't want like a younger fat guy.
Nope. I want a grizzled dude.
Yeah.
I've believed every comic interpretation of Kingpin. Him being a gigantic fat guy has been around for 100 years.
Right.
A guy who is not really fat. He may have muscle for whatever reason.
Right.
I'll take them all. But I think in film, I think a grizzled like Tony Soprano-esque Kingpin is pretty awesome. Yeah, a lot of breathing, a lot of little Sviadels.
I think before I follow up with my Kingpin question,
my smelly Valentine.
Yes or no? Do you think Paul Giamatti's breathing should have won an Emmy for
Yes,
Sopranos?
I think it should win an Emmy every year. I think they should have an award that's passed down like for people who have been breathing for a very long period of time in their careers.
I love because Sopranos is on every night on HBO, like around dinner time. I
know,
and I'll watch the crowd eat dinner and sit there and watch. I was like, "There's new stuff on right now."
I watched all the seasons when it started showing on HBO again.
It's so good. I would sit there with my fiance and I would be like, "This guy's breathing is like from season 1 where he's kind of svelte to like season 6 where he's like really big and fat." Like the breathing, just like it gets worse and progressively worse.
Especially when number one, when he's having a dinner meeting. It's a lot of heavy breathing, or he comes down for breakfast to look in the refrigerator and he's wearing his robe. It's a lot, and like
a lot of mouth breathing.
Meadow like disappoints him for some reason, and he starts like or AJ like they start really breathing.
All right, so Gandolfini, Kingpin,
yes,
great casting. Gandolfini Watcher also.
I wouldn't say no.
I would like when they cast Idris Elba.
I want William H. Macy to play my Watcher.
No. He'd be a good. I think he'd be a great Zola face.
It would be a good Zola face.
Yeah, just William H. Macy's like a really wrinkly mug inside of like a robot chest.
To give him nowhere to put it.
When they cast Idris Elba as Hemdale, like I was so surprised at the amount of flack that got from like the internet community, where
Listening Stringer Bell to all of them.
They were like, "Oh my God, this guy's black and he's playing a Norse god." And I forgot. I think it may have been Anthony Hopkins or it may have been Kenneth Branagh, where they pretty much ended the argument with like saying like he's a god. He could be any color he wants to be.
Yeah,
you know.
And no one talks about the Mongolian that hangs out with them.
Right. You know, like that's fine.
Yeah.
The guy who played Punisher is like the fat guy is fine too.
Two Marvel jobs.
Do you want to see another Punisher movie?
I would love to see another Punisher movie.
I do.
I think I just think they constantly just screwed up by not doing what they should be doing and making it a hard R.
Yeah.
You should make that. You should get
forever hard R.
Yeah, you should code that movie like you did for like Commando.
Mm-hmm.
It should be like a completely over the top, 80s style,
I'll completely agree with that.
Wouldn't it be awesome?
Yeah. I agree with that completely. If you had just like, if they kind of did like a tongue in cheek thing and were like, you know what, this is the way the movie
set in the 80s, like remake the Dolph Lundgren.
And have him with the white gloves and white boots.
Yeah.
And just like, honestly, like if they go that route for some reason, and I feel like this is the way Hollywood has shoved this dude down my throat for the past few years. And just think about it before you disagree. I feel like you would agree with me. White glove Punisher, 80s style movie, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, no, he's the first. Well, if you're doing like a throwback,
right?
I'm sure it can work, especially with the ways that they've been doing, a Punisher style, dude.
Right.
Would it work? I don't know. I guess so. Anything can work. I think he can make it.
He would act the crap out of it.
He would. I think it would be. I think if you got Wanting Refn, the guy who did Drive, along with Gosling, I think they'd make a kick-ass Punisher movie.
Right.
But I think he could do better than Gosling.
Daredevil too. I would put Gosling as Matt Murdock.
He's not working in Marvel.
No.
You
don't think so?
He's got too much work on.
Yeah.
He's thinking about retiring already.
That's ridiculous. Didn't Anakin retire at one point and then come back?
He should. Well, I mean, that good guy should never work again in this town.
Bradley Cooper, Matt Murdock, go.
He's your new Josh Holloway.
You know what? Like he has that easily.
He's an untouched talent when it comes to putting him into
a superhero thing.
I mean, he was our favorite Hal Jordan forever. We'll always count that as he should have been Hal Jordan. But now the dude's an Oscar nominee. He's not going near Marvel.
Going back, you know what? Honestly, going back to our previous discussion about Robert Downey and Iron Man and then making the Iron Man franchise like the James Bond franchise, which has been talked about. Bradley Cooper, Tony Stark.
He would be good.
Phenomenal.
I want him to do mustache though.
Yeah?
I want them to eliminate the goatee from Tony Stark.
I don't think the mustache could fly.
I know it can't fly, but that's the point. Why the mustache? Like remember Bob Layton, like late 80s, early 90s. Iron Man, like Armor Wars Iron Man, where he had kind of a mullet and really like a heavy Tom Selleck going on.
Yeah,
that was awesome. I could see them doing a mustache, but doing like the really gross paper thin like Errol Flynn thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of like Tony's goatee in the second movie was disgusting. It was like this guy with the like it was like eyeliner on your face. You've gone thinner.
Not even paying attention.
You've got thinner than that. You've had a thinner mustache than that. Yeah, you have. Or you have like a cutout in front of your mirror that you match up with it.
Can you delight us with some more of your Tony Stark impression? John's all right.
I just know that I'll just make my
I can't hear you.
Maybe I should turn my mic.
Yeah.
The entire outfit will be made from tin cans.
Here's the I'll be the director. Here's the scene. John's the Mandarin. He just killed Pepper Potts.
Oh boy.
But he's in your house. He climbed through your window to tell you about it. Okay. And you have your glasses on. You just woke up, and you're wearing a Bobby Heenan t-shirt, and you just and you just woke up.
But he has to first start it.
Yeah, I have to start it.
Ready?
Okay.
Go.
I murdered your girlfriend.
I'm sorry. Would you like some coffee?
I would love some.
Did you see Gilmore Girls last week? It was amazing.
Was that Andrew or was that Tony Stark?
You'll never know.
That's the whole thing. You never know.
It's good. Gilmore Girls is not on TV anymore, is it?
I was in 2008. I don't know what year you were in.
Tony Stark is catching his DVR. He's catching up on his DVR shows. That's why. I like your Mandarin, by the way.
You're welcome.
He's a slimy guy who works at a hotel.
Let me carry your bag, sir. Welcome to Morocco.
I wish we could talk about more comics. Not really, like
not a lot going on. Iron Man was really cool.
Iron Man was good. It was interesting because we got the Return of Death's Head. I'm not really big on that space armor in that one particular issue.
They're developing new armor already.
Yeah,
this is all temporary.
I think tomorrow we're gonna see in the new Iron Man movie. You're gonna see a lot of
cool stuff.
A lot of nods to like the older armors. I think you're gonna get a Silver Centurion tomorrow.
They show all the armors already.
I haven't seen like all of them up close.
Well, you should pay more attention.
I really should. I know. I do a comic book show every week. But I think you're gonna get like some surprises here and there.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of surprises in this. There's when it comes to them selling the film, they're not really telling you a whole lot.
Yeah.
He's got some bad guys he's got to fight. His armors show up. Pepper Potts is in danger.
Iron Patriot.
Iron Patriot, and that's it. That's all you really know about.
Don Cheadle.
And Extremis.
Yeah, I would have honestly cast Don Cheadle as Nick Fury.
My favorite actor is in this movie too. Most underrated actor of all time.
Robert Downey Jr.
Guy Pearce.
Yeah. Guy Pearce is
the spice of any film. That guy will add so much more, and he does just little tiny bits in every movie.
Does. He's what Sam Rockwell was in the last Iron Man.
Yeah,
they've transitioned him into like the Guy Pearce part.
Yeah, I mean, like that dude is awesome. That guy is solid. He could be my Tony Stark.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
it's too late now.
That guy is so well rounded and shaped like a rock.
Fassbender as Tony Stark.
Fassbender is everybody.
Yeah,
Fassbender, Josh Holloway, and Bradley Cooper.
Everybody
playing all the Avengers.
Fassbender, Doctor Strange, absolutely.
Yes. There was a rumor going around that there was a Doctor Strange being cast.
Yeah, I know. I forgot who the
what's his name? Justin Theroux.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
I like him a lot too. I feel like it would have to be like a young hip. I would like to see.
You're not getting elder statesman Doctor Strange.
I want a like 70s village like banging co-eds Doctor Strange.
No, that'd be awesome. But you're not going to see that. Yeah. You're going to see like a guy who discovered magic 10 minutes ago and now he's the Sorcerer Supreme.
You're not going to get the origin. I see. I would like. That's the thing. Like people don't really know the weird thing about Doctor Strange is that like he was a very gifted surgeon that had
an asshole
that had he had like the biggest ego, and then his hands were like burned in a deep fryer, and then
he got
car accidents, and his hands are the only thing that suffers, you know.
And then he went skiing to Tibet and found the ancient one,
right? And then he became like he could use his he can only do this, you know. And
now he truly appreciates his hands,
right? Which is such a strange thing, and like they make him a Lothario too. Every so often, which I always thought was really weird.
Now when New Avengers are really driving him towards being like a real like darkness creep.
Yeah. And,
like he's the one kind of like plotting in the background now, which is cool because it gives him some depth to the character.
He showed up in I think the last issue of Deadpool, also like out of nowhere. And I think that's a cool thing to have Doctor Strange in, where like he'll just pop in and be like, "You have to tell me how you did that," boop, and he'll disappear, as it should be. But you know, we're getting another Avengers movie. Where's the end of comic book movies?
Avengers 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like after that, no more. Because we have Man of Steel also coming out too. I don't like the poster that they came out with.
It sucks.
Yeah, everything else looks completely gorgeous about this movie, and then
that poster really sucks.
And today they released the poster, and it looks friggin' terrible. It's such a stupid looking poster.
I think I really strongly believe that the new X-Men movie is going to really take the steam out of the X-Men franchise, and they're gonna lose it. I think they're gonna lose the license.
And you think like that's it? Like it's gonna be because you need the lull, you know. And I feel like Spider-Man 3, like around those years, that was the first lull of superhero movies where you're like, you know what? I don't think anything good's gonna get made after this.
Yeah.
And then the Iron Man movies came out and Batman.
I think the X-Men stuff is gonna have a lot of hype behind it, and it's gonna be really terrible.
Yeah, because they're almost at the point where you could foreseeably say, let's really not put that much of a budget into this, and people will still see it anyway, and let's cash out on the toys.
Yeah,
you know, like the Avengers was actually a good flick. You know,
well, look how quickly they got together the X-Men stuff. They had a script within a week, and then they were shooting like next week.
But I mean, with the X-Men stuff, it's easy because you can just kind of like look at the comics and
together,
like, throw everybody together as long as there's like the story already is that they're hunted and feared by mankind.
I think as long as Josh Whedon is that behind the helm of like the Marvel ship, I think they'll be in good shape because even if the film stuff doesn't work, I think the Shield show is going to do really well. Okay. I think whatever manifestations they have coming out of it, like spin-off stuff, even like this, I think the smaller stuff coming out is going to be the more interesting stuff. Like your Luke Cage, your Doctor Strange, your Daredevil. The Daredevil thing is the thing I'm most excited for.
Yeah. I think you can do they could do a very. That's the problem with the Hollywood mega machine is that I don't want a big budget Daredevil movie. I want like a really indie looking alleyway Daredevil movie. I
really think the Fantastic Four is going to be something special.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd go for that, man. Did they sign a director for that?
Yeah, Josh Trank. The guy did Chronicle.
Okay.
I haven't seen that yet. That's why they're trying to sign the a Black Giant Storm because the same dude from The Wire and Chronicle.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm with it. So next week we'll be back with our review of Iron Man 3, probably. Yeah. And a bunch of other stuff. So stay tuned next week. I'm Rich.
I'm John.
This has been Behind the Counter.